So this was one bright Sunday morning when I came out of church and was on the front steps of the Christian Science Church in Red Bank, New Jersey, my hometown. And whenever I went to church, I always came out feeling filled with the light of God, not exactly always being able to translate the meaning of that light, but I had been filled with light, and it was always a glorious time for me. And so as I was standing in the sunlight, I was taken aback because I was not expecting to see an angel, much less an archangel, standing before me. It was Archangel Gabriel. I knew it as I knew my own soul. He allowed me to see him by quickening my inner sight, which was not really developed at that time. I felt his powerful presence, and I felt my mind lock into the mind of God through Gabriel's intercession. He made me feel as though it was altogether natural. I was having a conversation with him, and at the same time, I was one with God. It was as though he transmitted to me a message from God spherically. That's the only way I can describe it. It was a sphere of all-knowingness, of self-knowing, fused with my own sense of self-awareness in God. As I look back upon it, I realized that this was made possible through the rings upon rings of the aura of Archangel Gabriel. They seemed to serve as an antenna, stepping down a communication from a very high plane to my level. In the split second it took for me to receive the higher awareness that Gabriel conveyed, I heard myself say out loud, "Why, I have to make my ascension in this life." He put that awareness and understanding inside of me, although no one had ever taught me that any of us should be making our ascension besides Jesus Christ. I was astounded that the words came out of my mouth. And for a second I knew that I had experienced this all-knowing mind of God that my Sunday school teachers talked about all the time. The interchange couldn't have taken more than 60 seconds, but I was suspended somewhere else. I had glimpsed heaven and Archangel Gabriel. That one glimpse would carry me for a lifetime, until my cup and my mission were full. None of my Sunday school teachers had ever explained to me that the scriptural account of the ascension of Jesus Christ is an example of an initiation that is open and ordained for every one of God's sons and daughters. But in that moment, I knew it, and no one could take from me that inner knowing. I knew it because the aura of Archangel Gabriel had surrounded me, and his God consciousness had conveyed to me the reality of the soul's union with God through the ascension. As I look back on that moment and all the other people that were around me who would have rejected, hands down, one and all, such a notion that I had just perceived, it's really amazing to me that although I was a part of Orthodox Christianity, I was receptive to a thought transfer from the mind of an archangel, telling me precisely why I was here and what I was to accomplish.